Your dad is the first one that said that I was ducking. It's on video. It is on video that he said we ducked and we didn't get no offer.
It don't matter. The time is now. It's their time. Let's get this money and let's make this fight happen.
It does matter because you said that we're the ones talking. We're not the ones talking. Oh, we started talking after you guys started talking. It's retaliation. It's retaliation.
Your manager's talking all crazy. Oscar's talking crazy. It's the time, and I'm gonna make you pay for everything they saying. Straight like that.
Ain't nobody's gonna pay over here.
I'm gonna make you pay.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I guarantee you. And we can bet whatever. I guarantee you.
I don't want to take your money away, bro. I'm not betting.
Despite the back and forth, both fighters expressed confidence in their ability to win, with Ennis boldly promising to prove he is the best in the world and Ortiz immediately accepting the challenge, further fueling anticipation for one of boxing's biggest potential fights.
We can bet any amount of money. When we fight, I guarantee you, I'm gonna win.
I don't bet, but don't make any promises you can't keep, bro.
I'm gonna make every promise, and I'm gonna keep it straight like that. You're a great fighter. You look tremendous, but I'm gonna show the world I'm the best in the world. I got something for you.
You got a yes for me?
I got a yes right now. Hey Eddie, where the papers at? Hey, where the papers at, Eddie?
All right, two of the biggest stars.
Vergil Ortiz Jr. reflected on the long-running talk of a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis, saying he always believed the matchup would eventually happen at 154 pounds. Ortiz explained that after moving up in weight, he needed a few comeback fights following a serious illness to ensure he was fully healthy before taking on elite competition.
Working on Vergil Ortiz versus Boots. Vergil Ortiz wants to fight. Let's make that happen. It all depends on Boots.
You fight Ortiz.
We're gonna get them all. You know, one by one. You know, whatever's next. You know, like I said, we're gonna talk to my team and figure out what's best and what's next. And like I said, I'm here to go this division though. This is my division. This boxing game mine, and I will be undisputed at this weight division.
When it was time to say yes to fight, I was the only one that said yes. So now you have a lot of people that were saying that I was ducking at 147 when there was no fight to be offered or anything like that. The only times that the fight has ever been offered to either of us, I have said yes. So when people are saying ducking, when they align that word with me, I'm not talking about if they want to align it with him, they should. I don't care about that. But they want to align it with me, then they can't say that because I said yes.
Oscar De La Hoya has made it clear that Jaron Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz Jr. is the fight that needs to happen next, backing the matchup as one of boxing's biggest potential blockbusters. The tension between Jaron Boots Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. was on full display as both fighters exchanged heated words over who was responsible for delaying the fight. Ennis insisted that his team only responded after accusations of ducking surfaced, while Ortiz made it clear that he believes now is the perfect time to make the matchup happen.
It was going to happen at 154 anyways. All right, I move up to 154, past rhabdomyolysis. I had to get in a couple of tune-up fights because I just came back from a life-threatening illness, and we really wanted to make sure that I was even still okay to fight because that's how bad it was. So I got those fights out of the way. Then we fight Bohachuk, then we fight Majimov. Jaron Ennis got a world title at 147 or a couple of them, I think. Good for him. He has a lot of momentum going his way. You know, if I had that much momentum, I would have went straight to the big fight at 154, if I'm being honest. I'm just that.
Jaron Boots Ennis embraced the growing excitement surrounding a potential showdown with Vergil Ortiz Jr., saying the matchup stands out because both fighters are in their prime and operating at a high level. Ennis acknowledged the strong demand from fans and believes the fight has all the ingredients to be a blockbuster. In his view, a clash between himself and Ortiz is the best fight that can be made in boxing right now.
So special between both of y'all. That everybody was talking about Canelo Crawford this, Canelo that, but now it's like Boots, Vergil. Yeah. Boots, Vergil. That's the fight that everybody wants to have.
What makes it so special is because we all in our prime. And we're in our prime right now, you know. And I feel like this fight right now has more hype behind it than it was 6 months ago. I'm glad that I, support my fight. Got some hype around it. Before his fight, he looked good. He had some hype around it. But like I said, this is my division. I'm going to walk through this division.
Is this the biggest fight in boxing now?
I think this is the best fight in boxing.
Teddy Atlas said he would be excited to see Jaron Boots Ennis face Vergil Ortiz Jr., calling it a matchup between two fearless fighters who never back down and thrive in tough battles. He highlighted Ortiz's toughness, punching power, and ability to attack the body, while also pointing out that Vergil has recently displayed skills many fans tend to overlook.
Punches, two confident guys, you know, two guys with great heart. I mean, look, I say this, Vergil showed me a few fights ago that he had a dimension I didn't know he had. When he was just, you know, going through guys, knocking them out with body shots, seeking and destroying. I don't think I knew or anyone knew that he had the ability to use his legs and box and do some boxing. He showed me that dimension. He showed me that dimension in that fight that some people thought he lost. First fight that he got tested. We didn't get a knockout with
Sergey Bohachuk.
There it is. Eddie Hearn praised Vergil Ortiz Jr. for openly pursuing a fight with Jaron "Boots" Ennis, saying that kind of fearless mentality is exactly what the sport needs. He credited Ortiz for wanting to take on the toughest challenges and stressed that Ennis is equally prepared to step into a major showdown. Hearn believes a clash between the two unbeaten stars would rank among the biggest fights in boxing and deliver the high-level action fans have been asking for.
I love the Vergil Ortiz fight. I've seen people saying, I was surprised that, we're not going to fight again until November, December, right? So I was surprised that Vergil will go straight into that. I'm glad he will, by the way. Also, things have changed slightly in the respect of we are now the champion. Now, I'm not trying to be difficult, but that's not even about our percentage of what we should be getting in that fight. That's more about the other belts. So Boots now has a plan to become undisputed in the division. You've got Josh Kelly fights July 25th, but you've also got Sebastian Fundora, which is a massive...
Breadman Edwards believes Jaron "Boots" Ennis has the tools to defeat Vergil Ortiz Jr., but he also sees certain moments where Ortiz could have success. Edwards praised Ortiz's sharp, compact punching, quick reactions, and disciplined guard, noting that he is dangerous in close-range exchanges. At the same time, he pointed out that Ennis can occasionally become too relaxed during fights, something even his own team has acknowledged. Music Edwards feels those lapses could allow Ortiz to land first in key moments, music making the matchup far more competitive than many expect.
He throws short, precise hooks and uppercuts in the pocket. He's twitchy, he's fast, he's mean, and the Boots is kind of like a little lackadaisical sometimes, and Vergil Ortiz keeps his hands up. I think Boots would beat Vergil Ortiz, but I do see some instances where Vergil Ortiz can maybe beat Boots to the punch if Boots, according to him.
Chris Algieri believes Vergil Ortiz Jr. has already proven that he belongs among boxing's elite regardless of whether he currently holds a world title. Algieri pointed to Ortiz's willingness to face tough opposition and highlighted his impressive victories over high-level opponents as evidence of his quality. He also noted that Ortiz has been tested in difficult fights, music, and has consistently shown the ability to overcome adversity, which is why he views him as a world-class contender rather than a prospect.
Nothing to do with him. He's been willing to fight all the guys. He's got good, solid wins on his record. He's fought really tough guys. The Madrimov fight was extremely impressive. He's the Bohachuk win, which a knockdown, drag-out fight himself. So he's been tested. He's been in tough. We've seen him deal with resistance, so I can't call him a prospect. Just because he doesn't have a title isn't...
Trainer Breadman Edwards pushed back against criticism of Jaron "Boots" Ennis, questioning why his defensive flaws receive so much attention while other elite fighters are often praised despite having similar vulnerabilities. Edwards noted that labels such as being chinny or lacking ring IQ do not match what Ennis has accomplished at the highest level. In his view, Boots is unfairly judged compared to other top fighters, arguing that many of boxing's biggest names have defensive imperfections yet continue to receive widespread recognition and respect.
That Boots is perceived lack of defense. I'm hearing he's chinny, he's more talent than skill. I heard a fighter say that. I heard, the chinny thing, the no IQ thing. I'm like, wow, Inoue is #1 pound for pound. What's Bam, 2 or 3?
He's top 5 right now, like number 4.
Their
I
level
think.
of defense is the same as Boots.
Robert Garcia expressed confidence that a deal is close to being finalized and believes the long-anticipated fight will get done. Garcia explained that he has been in communication with both sides and remains optimistic that the remaining issues can be resolved. In his view, the matchup is too important to pass up, and he expects an agreement to be reached in the near future.
I think it is going to be resolved before that. I think we are very close to finalizing something like that. It needs to happen. We need to do it. I've talked to both sides, and it needs to happen. I think it will.
Chris Algieri believes Jaron "Boots" Ennis still has defensive adjustments to make, warning that the clean shots he absorbed against Xander Zayas could be costly against a puncher like Vergil Ortiz Jr. While praising Ennis' talent and versatility, Algieri described Ortiz as a complete and dangerous fighter who combines relentless pressure, power, and improving boxing skills. He suggested that a potential clash between Ennis and Ortiz would be one of the most compelling matchups in boxing due to the strengths both fighters bring to the ring.
I had a lot of people ask me, like, well, how do you see, Ennis with those guys? I'm like, listen, if he gets hit the way he did in round 3 as he did with Xander, those guys are completely different punchers. So that could be a different kind of result. But you also got to think, a guy who's as good as he is and as dynamic as he is, will he fight the same way if he has more danger coming his way? Which we saw that at 147. 147, he might get hit. The guys couldn't hurt him. So now he's at 54. Guys are punching much differently, and then he's even talked about going up to 68 eventually. That's where he sees himself ultimately capping out. So the defense has got to step up. Best fighters in the world don't get hit cleanly and more than once at a time. So
Oscar De La Hoya has thrown his support behind a fight between Jaron "Boots" Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr., calling it one of the most exciting matchups boxing can make right now. He believes both undefeated fighters have proven themselves and are ready to test their skills against the very best. According to De La Hoya, a clash between Ennis and Ortiz would give fans the elite-level showdown they have been waiting for and could become one of the sport's biggest events.
A great fight. You are a machine. Zayas, a little inexperienced, but you will be back. You're a great fighter. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing today. Vergil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, let's go!
Robert Garcia is eager to see Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Jaron "Boots" Ennis finally share the ring. Believing the matchup has all the ingredients of a modern classic, Garcia said Boots' recent performances have only increased the excitement surrounding the fight and reinforced the idea that it could become one of the best bouts of the year. In his view, the styles match up so well that the rivalry could produce multiple memorable fights and keep fans interested every time they meet.
Let's make this fight happen. Let's do it, because it's going to be a great fight. Vergil style, Boots, what Boots just did last night, it just tells the boxing world that it'll be one of the best fights of the year whenever it happens. It's a great fight. These guys could fight 2 or 3 times and the fans won't stop watching.
Tim Bradley made it clear that he does not believe Vergil Ortiz Jr. can defeat Jaron "Boots" Ennis at this stage of their careers. Bradley pointed to Ennis' superior athleticism, versatility, music, and overall skill set, arguing that Boots has more ways to win and can adapt to different situations inside the ring. While giving Ortiz credit for his toughness and pressure, Bradley feels Ennis operates on another level and would be the favorite if the two undefeated stars eventually meet.
Tim Desert Storm Bradley, you already know the rest. Vergil Ortiz can't beat no Boots Ennis. Vergil Ortiz can't beat no Boots Ennis. I promise you. Vergil Ortiz ain't beating no Boots. When y'all gonna listen? Y'all ain't got to listen. Y'all ain't got to listen. Oh, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Ooh, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Vergil. Get past Lubin. Get past Lubin. Make sure you take care of business. Yeah, the next fight is going to be against Boots Ennis. And you ain't... Man, listen to me, people. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Skill versus skill.
trainer Brian "Bomac" McIntyre was asked whether Jaron "Boots" Ennis is ushering in his own era of boxing, similar to how Terence Crawford once distinguished his generation from Floyd Mayweather's. McIntyre stopped short of calling it the Boots era, acknowledging Ennis as a great fighter while pointing out that he still has to share the stage with other young active talents like Shakur Stevenson and Naoya Inoue.
When you say that, I'm just curious because I know Terence, he had his era and he was very complimentary in the sense of like, look, it's like Floyd and me, like, that's never going to happen. And in a case like this is like the Boots era, right? So, I mean, with you who understands multi-divisions, like, do you kind of see Jaron kind of being one of those next guys, if anything, kind of following the footprints of?
I think he have to. I mean, he's a great fighter. He can start his own era like what he's doing now, but he got a lot of guys he got to compete with, like Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
He got Inoue.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are young and still fighting, so
yeah.
I ain't gonna really call it the Boots era. I just think he's a great fighter in an era with other guys that can say, this was my era.
McIntyre expanded on the broader landscape at 147 and 154 pounds, naming Vergil Ortiz Jr. and Sebastian Fundora alongside Ennis as part of a 50-50 tier where no clear favorite exists until they actually fight each other. He noted that Ortiz has a track record of finishing opponents once he hurts them, while Fundora's height and reach have allowed him to steadily clean out the division despite an earlier loss on his record.
Like, there's the Fundoras and Vergils, like, they all have to fight each other to even come to that conclusion. I mean, is that amongst those guys, is there someone stand out a little bit more, or is it still kind of 50-50 across?
I think it's a 50-50 across the board, because when you look at Vergil and when he get guys hurt, like maybe Boots was hurt, he finished them off.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Fundora with the range and the height he got, even though he'd been beat before, since then he's just been cleaning them up.
Yeah.
And so we all waiting to see, when those two or three, like the Four Kings,
yeah,
when they tangle. So we, as boxing fans, we just sit back and wait.
With Oscar De La Hoya now openly supporting the fight, momentum for a Jaron "Boots" Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz Jr. showdown appears stronger than ever. Both fighters are in their prime, both camps have expressed interest, and boxing fans continue to demand the matchup. If the final details can be worked out, the sport could be on the verge of one of its most exciting fights. Let us know who you think wins.